back with another video, and fortunately but unfortunately, the F30 stuff still hasn't came. So I got something else for you guys. We have the G20 here, and we're gonna go ahead and do some coilovers on it. I noticed on YouTube there's not a lot of videos for the G20 showing you exactly how to put the coilovers on. They just talk about dropping the car and basically just showing you how it looks before and after. They don't show you how to do it. So in this video, we're gonna show you how to install BC coilovers on a 2019 BMW 330i. And if you're new, make sure to subscribe, leave a comment after the video, stay to the end. All right, guys, so the first thing we gotta do is we gotta make sure you take these lug nuts off. So the lug nuts he has, they're not the original ones, so these are gonna sit in a little closer than the OEM ones that have that rounded lip on the top. These kind of go in more. Like I told him, don't buy these ever again. They're not. It's not that they're bad, it's just they're not long enough. So you're gonna end up fucking your rim up. The tire size, the lug nut size on the G20 is gonna be a 17. I think on the F30 it's a 19, I believe. It's like 19 by 8 point something. I don't know the numbers, but you get it. You gotta take the wheel off first. Make sure you go in like a star pattern when you're taking these off. You don't wanna strip them or have the torque off when you're tightening them back up. It doesn't really matter when you're taking them off already, but once you're tightening them, just make sure you go like one across every time until you have them all tight. Yeah, so like some people, you guys are gonna have, this is obviously not a BMW wheel lock, but you're gonna have a wheel lock, and basically just gonna find the wheel lock size and then you put it over the wheel lock. Don't try to force the wheel lock out because you are gonna strip the wheel lock and then you're gonna strip the hub, and that's a whole lot of money you don't wanna spend, trust me. I've been there, I've done that, you don't wanna do that. All right, guys, so I'm gonna make this seem really simple. It's honestly not this simple, but I'm gonna go ahead and point out the 3 bolts you need to take off. I like to start with this bolt. This is not only gonna release the little, what would you call it? Like the part that holds the hub onto the strut. It's gonna release this, and then it's also gonna release this bracket back here that holds the cords or the cables for the brake lines. And once that's all released, this is just gonna kind of hang, and then that bolt's gonna come off. And then later on, you're gonna get the pry tool, and you're gonna have to open this up where the bolt is, and then that's how you get this off. And then the other 2 bolts you're gonna have to get off are this one right here. It's a little dark. You guys can still see it though. It's right here. This is gonna hold your sway link in. The BC coilovers do come with new sway bar links. So you cannot reuse these. These are way too long. We'll go ahead and show you later that the new ones are shorter because obviously the strut is gonna be a lot shorter than the old one is. And then yeah, his struts are like pretty done. I mean, every little bump, every little pothole in the road, it's just clunking noise. And don't let your struts get this bad. And honestly, when I did mine, I'd recommend just replacing them with coilovers. Whatever coilovers you get is really up to you based on how much you want to spend. But the BCs have been solid on the F30, so we're gonna go ahead and put those on the G20 as well. They work perfectly fine if you're just trying to have a little bit of an upgrade, but still keep like that factory feeling. And they're super adjustable, and then you can play with the dampening. So I don't know whether you like your suspension stiff or like really soft and bouncy. That's just completely up to you. But I know the price of putting the OEM ones back was like $2,000–$3,000 each, whereas you can spend $1,100, and then say you take it to the shop another $1,200 to get it installed. That's still cheaper than putting the OEM stuff back. So yeah, we're gonna go ahead and get into this video. We're gonna take these bolts off, and if you're not able to see us taking the bolts off properly, there's a lot more videos that go in depth on how to get those off, what tools you need. We're basically just gonna run through it quick. The part I notice people don't show a lot is actually taking the hub off the strut. And I'm not gonna lie, it is really hard, but it's doable. So we'll go ahead and show you that. Since I know a lot of people on YouTube did not show that, I'm gonna go ahead and show that in this video.
Yeah, our first one took about 5 rounds of PB blast. So.
Yeah, so you're gonna need PB blast and a whole lot of manpower. So I recommend honestly having 2 people because the first one took us like 3 hours. this is gonna be like really quick in the video, but this is a long day. Like, make sure you set like a whole day aside to do this, because honestly, especially by yourself, it's gonna at least take 2 days. But it is doable at home. I mean, it's not too hard, especially if you watch this video. It'll probably help a lot too. Right now, we don't have any videos, so we're kind of just going off what we know from doing the F30. So good, we're good. Yeah. All right, guys. So basically, this is the part I really wanted to go ahead and show you guys. Right now, so we have the bolt off in the back, and then what you're gonna do is get a crowbar, or a flathead will even work, and you're gonna stick it in between this crack right here. Pause, and you're gonna spread these two pieces apart, and then once you get there, what you're basically trying to do is you're trying to push this off of the strut, but it's gonna be stuck because these things are old and they're the original struts on the car. So basically, you're just gonna grab some PB Blast. And basically, why it's not coming off is there's like sludge in there, so dirt, rock, all the debris kicking up from inside of your like wheel hub from when you're driving down the street, and that's what makes this a lot harder. And that's what makes it seize up. Is that debris gets stuck in between the strut and then the
show you
the hub itself
in the back right there.
Yeah, so you're also gonna want to wedge something in between that little area. That way it doesn't keep closing on you. Because on the first one, what we did is we did not have a wedge right there, and it made it so much harder to separate the strut from the hub. Basically, what you're gonna do with the PB Blast, you're just gonna spray it, and then make sure it's sinking through. It's getting all the way through. If it's not, you're gonna want to bend that wedge a little bit more. Just make sure it's dripping. That's how you know if it's going through the strut all the way. And then from here, you're basically just gonna push, kick, wiggle till it comes out. We're gonna try to show you, but I mean, it really just takes effort.
Yeah.
It takes effort, man.
4 hours.
Yeah, that first one was 3 hours. So if you want to start with the easy one, I recommend you do the passenger side. If you want the challenge first, go do the driver's side. All right, guys. I'm behind the camera now. So what we're gonna do? Oh my God, I blocked all the light, bro. That's crazy, bro. We're literally just gonna shimmy this. So on the other side, we didn't know that the strut's actually gonna move more than this. So we were struggling just trying to push this down. What we learned is, right now, you stick that in the hole, and you go back and forth, and it's slowly gonna start coming off. And then eventually you'll be able to kick this like with your foot forward, and it'll just drop. So I'm not gonna cut this. I'm gonna go ahead and show this whole thing, because I hate when people do cuts and they don't actually show you how they're getting it off. So we're gonna go ahead and I'm gonna just let this roll. So we're gonna go ahead and hit a second coat of the PB Blast. It broke it up a little bit. So if you can see where the PB Blast starts, that's how much it's already fallen off. And what the PB Blast does is it breaks up all the dirt and debris in there, and kind of just so that's where the strut originally was. It's not focusing. That's what the strut originally was, and as you can see, just by wiggling it with the PB Blast, it's slowly sliding off the fucking bearing or hub, whatever you call it. I don't know what it's called, honestly. I'm just a YouTube mechanic, so. Towards the end, he's kind of just keeping his foot on there, and he has that wedged in between, and it's slowly slipping off through from the bottom. Yeah, it's just a process, and you want to keep spraying it with the PB Blast too. That's gonna help a lot. It's gonna help break up all that debris. Cause like as you can see, like we had the PB Blast all the way up from the top right there, but like if there's still a gray spot right there, which is like rocks and debris that are built up on the strut. And now he's kind of just trying to get leverage and pull it out. As you guys it's a process. I would just make sure you're using the PB Blast. It really does help a lot. However, when you put the new strut in, don't use the PB Blast. Use WD-40, because the PB Blast breaks up dirt, whereas WD-40 is just going to lubricate the new strut. You guys, just make sure you're not breaking any lines or anything when you're doing this. It's the main thing I want to recommend the most, because kicking it shouldn't damage it, but if you're breaking your lines and stuff, then you got a whole other issues you got to worry about. I felt it. I don't get why they don't show this part, the hard part. They only show the easy parts. Only show the easy parts. making that wedge, making sure that wedge is in there. You gotta kick it last time.
Yeah, but
This just came out. I see. Oh shit. Shit's going back up. I just got done editing the G20 coilover install video, at least for the front. We were just trying to show you guys how to drop the hub from the strut, because I know a lot of the videos on YouTube do not show that for some reason, because it's super hard. These like to seize up onto the hub. But I mean, there's still a lot of good information in here. If you follow some of the steps, it'll lead you into the right path to take that off of that, and then ultimately drop the strut and put the new one in. It's a lot easier to get the new struts in than taking the old one out. Yeah, that's gonna do it for this video. Unfortunately, we still do not have the parts for the F30, so I'm trying to bring you guys some content, and this was what came up. So as always, if you're new, like, comment, and subscribe, and as well as if you have any questions, drop them down below in the comments, or you could DM me on Instagram. I'll be more than happy to help you with any of the stuff that you can't figure out on your own or that you're struggling with.